How's it going, everyone? So today we're going to be looking over a video about Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Blue Protocol has been on my radar for many years. It finally came out, what, 1-2 years ago, I guess last year in Japan, with terrible reception with the game, so they ended up dropping the game. But a Chinese company or a Korean company picked up the game, and now it's Blue Protocol Star Resonance. So let's go over this video. Let's find out more about this game. It's releasing this year. Anime action MMO. If that piques your interest, stay tuned. Give this video a thumbs up. Give subscribe if you enjoy the channel. So without further ado, let's go.
Hey guys,
let's
it's
go.
Paradise, and we all thought Blue Protocol.
I'll link the original video in the description below. This is RX Gaming.
After its mixed reception and initial struggles in Japan. But now it's one of the most anticipated MMORPGs on the horizon after Shanghai Bakura Network brought it back, rebuilt it, and rebranded it as...
I guess this game was already going to get like a mobile release. So I guess the people that were working on the mobile release end up like now taking over the whole entire game that was Blue Protocol. So this game is going to be mobile and PC. I'm not too sure about consoles as of yet, but for sure PC and mobile.
Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Well, now it's confirmed for a global release in 2025, and recently the developers did a Q&A session with IGN and Maxroll, revealing major details and answering fans' questions. So in this video, we wanted to go over some of the information we've learned and sum up the answers, as we're sure some of you are as curious about the game
Also, this ability right here.
If you do want to check out the full article, there will be a link in the description as well. One of the first questions they asked is about who the game is for. Bakura's founder Roy said that this game is built specifically for anime lovers and traditional MMO fans looking for a deep, vibrant online world. The game's core gameplay revolves around intense PvE battles combined with casual social activities. It's actually great to hear that they have this, as MMORPGs have been weirdly getting more and more single.
What do you guys think on like just soloing MMOs? What's your guys' thought on that? I do like the group concept of MMOs. I do like having this alone time also in completed missions, but I think a balance between the two is great. I think just doing solo content kind of pulls away from the MMO vibe. Final Fantasy 14, you could do a lot of stuff on your own, but a lot of team battles as well. I think there's a good balance with the story and having battles with people and having queues and stuff like that. I think a mixture of both is great.
Or social mechanics to complete content, which for us is a core part of an MMO. Next up is monetization. This has always been a hot topic. Bakura have said that they understand Western concerns about pay to win, and that Star Resonance will not give paid players exclusive progression advantages. We know that convenience options like premium currency conversions will exist, but the devs have said that all progression items can be earned through regular gameplay. Their goal for monetization is to create a balance that allows for casual...
How much grind is that going to take? Do we just get it passively, or is it going to be like a grind where we have to do that? It seems like most of this game is going to be cosmetics as their way to monetize. Hopefully it stays that way. There's no like pay to win, no power progression. Let's just hope it stays with cosmetics.
Or newer players to catch up without breaking fairness or economy. They also spoke about the content that will be available in the game, and it's sounding like it ticks a lot of boxes for us. As hardcore players, the game will feature 5-player dungeons, 20-player raids, class customization, and continuous seasonal updates with new classes, bosses, and PvE modes.
Oh, I like that.
But on the more casual side, there's also house building, fishing, crafting, and frequent social events.
Nice.
It's really nice to see that they're aiming for a balance here, as you don't want to be sweating
like that
content 24/7 while
playing. A little
bit
of mixture, so a lot of people, even casuals, could jump in.
To be ready.
Don't like combat
so doing
too much.
a little fishing on the side, as it is an MMO, is pretty perfect. Next was an interesting question, as we know that Star Resonance will be an ongoing thing, and the interviewer asked how they are going to introduce new mechanics to avoid overwhelming players over time. They said Bakura prefers to deepen existing mechanics rather than continuously add new ones. This approach ensures that players, whether new or returning, can always jump in easily and find meaningful ways to progress. Hopefully they do add enough new things to keep it interesting though. Another thing...
I mean, if you want to add like new versions of bosses, you always add like a different layer, like hard mode this boss, hard mode that boss, so you have the same that was on launch, and then you could just progress. Just how I guess they do with like Final Fantasy 14. I know I'm going back to the game a lot. It's because they have different modes for like the raid bosses and stuff like that.
That was asked was about the grind. All MMOs are generally going to involve grinding, but there is a big difference between a monotonous grind and an enjoyable one.
That is true.
Roy said the team is taking steps to prevent mandatory grinding. Regular seasonal updates will refresh existing activities, keeping them engaging without burnout. And there was a special emphasis being placed on enhancing social content like housing, which will receive regular expansions. They also said that while the game doesn't currently have a full dynamic world event, they are considering adding them in future updates if fans want them. Next up, they spoke about collabs, and as Monster Hunter fans, we love a good collab, so this is exciting news for us as they've said anime collaborations are definitely coming.
That's cool.
This is awesome, and they've confirmed they will soon launch surveys asking players which anime franchises they would love to see a crossover with first. Now that does beg the question of which ones we think will work the best. Well, we think Freerun would be amazing as a mage class skin. Now, one of the things the devs were concerned about and have made adjustments to are the life skills, as they have reduced the pressure on players to create alternate characters.
Nice,
energy now only affects trading. Gathering and crafting are entirely energy free, and they're adding new recipes to ensure dedicated life skill players always have progression goals. Another hot question, and one that we were concerned about, was the auto combat, and the devs have acknowledged concerns about this and clarified that it is strictly limited to trivial, low difficulty encounters. Rewards from AFK combat are also tightly controlled, meaning that you will need to be locked in when doing some of the more higher, spicier content.
That's good. I never understood like AFK combat. I guess it's for people that just want to like step away from their computer and farm a bunch and maybe sell that stuff for like gold on like third-party sites or something like that. I just don't know why it's on a game like this, and I guess it can be exploited if it's there or not, but let's keep going.
Here's another interesting answer from the developers when they were asked about servers and localization. Bakura is exploring a mega server structure which will allow players globally to share the experience together.
Nice.
At launch, we know the game will support English localization with Japanese voiceover, and to be honest, we're kind of disappointed that they don't have English voiceover at launch.
I'm sure it's going to come soon.
Talking about the more casual side of things, there's good news for any decorators out there, as housing will be available immediately at release.
Nice.
It will include customizable islands, shared living spaces with friends, farming for in-game currency, and furniture crafting options. So if you're more about the code,
I wonder if it's gonna. I know I'm going back to Final Fantasy 14 a lot because that's a MMO that I put a ton of hours in. I wonder if you're gonna get like housing in like a big old area where you have to like buy a plot and then get your housing, or if you have like an instance zone all to yourself that you get to customize a house. We'll see. I was never big into housing anyway.
A ton of things for you to do. Next, we spoke about this in our previous video, but the Guitarist class has officially been confirmed for launch.
What?
This class is a mix of DPS and support styles, which is really cool, and there will be
more
like
classes
coming regularly in post-launch content.
That's pretty cool.
They also asked about Steam Deck support, as recently the devs announced that the game will
have think about a freaking guitarist.
They said that the focus is on controller support for launch, but they're open to the idea of supporting more input types in the future. Now, Blue Protocol always had an impressive character creator, but the devs have said to expect vastly improved customization at launch, including more hairstyles, facial features, and detailed cosmetic options. There's also potential for an early character creation system, allowing players to prepare their characters ahead of the actual launch, they did this for the original Japanese release, so this would be really cool to see them do it again. Finally, the big news, Bakura has confirmed that a global beta is actively being prepared, with more details coming soon.
That's exciting.
So it won't actually be too long until we get to play it. Star Resonance is sounding really cool, and from speaking to a few friends that played the Chinese beta, they are loving it.
I've only heard good things about this game. The other Blue Protocol game before this one, I guess I could see where I'm putting like similarities with this game and Final Fantasy 14, because Final Fantasy 14 did have a huge relaunch. And this game is having a huge relaunch, so they're kind of like kindred spirits together. But would you guys play the beta for this game? I'll definitely hop on. Like I said, I've been waiting for this game for years and years. Ever since they first announced it, just the style and animations and combat just intrigued me from the start.
So stay subscribed below, because we'll keep you up to date with all new information dropping for Star Resonance. Here at Arix.
Alright guys, give them a thumbs up, give them a subscribe to Arix Gaming. Is a great channel. I get a lot of my news from them and just like their like inside scoops on a lot of things. It's good to hear from them. Alright guys, what do you guys think? Is this a game that you'd be interested to play? Let me know. I mean, if there's a beta out, like I said, hop on it, see how you feel. This is a combat looks pretty badass, and I gotta try it out. I want to try it out. And the guitarist class, like a bard class, this seems pretty interesting as well. I didn't know that class was out, or they were even working on that class, so it's pretty cool to see. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think of Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Are you gonna play it on mobile, or are you gonna play it on your PC? And maybe they'll release it on console at one point, maybe like in 6 months to a year after launch. We shall see. All right, guys, love you to pieces. I just want to share good games that interest me to you guys, and hopefully you guys are interested in them as well. Blue Protocol, like I said, I think 2017 this game was like announced, like the original one. It's been a long time, and I just want to get my hands on it and just try it out, even though this is a different version, but apparently a better version. All right, guys, love you to pieces. Give it a thumbs up, give a subscribe if you enjoyed the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Make sure you are doing well. Make sure you are taking care of yourself, because you only have you. And also take care of others. It's a great feeling when you can. All right, guys, love you to pieces. Stay risen and stay rising. Until next time, peace.